Hey guys, this is Luke from Average Athlete, and today we're looking at a Muzz C grade ride, or race I should say, on the 11th of December 2021. The average speed of this race was about 41 k's an hour. Actually, I think it was a little bit over, which is pretty quick for C grade. This is the second race video I've made, so I'm mainly looking for stuff that I could do better on. Good way to check my mistakes, because and here's a perfect example. I could always sit closer to the person in front of me. Something I want to work on. Probably two things with this race that I didn't do too great was one, sitting on closer to people and having that harder kick when I should have, and two, I did spend a bit of time on the front. But that being said, I wasn't really in the perfect of health to contest the finish anyway. Been having trouble the last couple of weeks with my asthma, so you could probably knock maybe 10% off of my high efforts. But yeah, that seems to be a bit more under control as I'm doing the voiceover for these videos. Yeah, go back to taking my preventer. So yeah, I mainly use this ride as a training ride, and I'll highlight some of the things that I could have done better. Beautiful weather. There's a bit of grass on the course, but apart from that, and there's a couple puddles as well, as you'll see around, that everyone was avoiding. And I noticed throughout the video that I didn't really get the camera splashed too much. So yeah, but there's some key takeaways for this ride anyway. For me, it was sit closer to riders and have a bit more snap in my efforts, and obviously spend a bit less time on front. As I said though, I spent this one as a training ride. If you do have any suggestions of what I could do better, I'm always open to suggestions. As I said, I haven't done many crit races, so it's a skill that I'm trying to learn. If I take one takeaway into the next race, that's a good thing. Something to work on. Alright, so just up here, I actually wrote some notes to this one, so I actually test my legs a little bit, just to see if they work, and to be honest, I'm testing my lungs as well to see how they work and if I can actually breathe. Sounds a bit funny, but that's how it works. But yeah, because the group just slows down around about here. Oh yeah, give it a little bit of pace. See if the legs work. And get a nice breeze as well, of course, sitting on the front. So throughout this race I did about 3 or 4 of those type of efforts on the front, and to be honest, most of them for no reason at all, just for my pure entertainment, which isn't a good thing. As I said, use this one more as a training ride for myself, so most of the stuff I do in this race isn't for much reason. Here the group's actually sitting behind me, and I was waiting for the guy to come past. He just wouldn't, so I gave it a good hard kick just to get back onto this little bunch. my main mode of thinking is if you have to accelerate quickly, like if you're sprinting, then it hurts the person more behind you than it does then just a gradual bridge up to the group. Alright, so we're going to skip ahead in a minute. Not a lot goes on here. My heart rate's actually pretty high already, to be honest. Alright, let's go and skip on ahead. Alright, pick this one back up at about 11.5 k's in. As you can see, I'm not sitting that close again, as usual, and soaking up a fair bit of wind. Group's going pretty quick at the moment, 51 coming down this hill. Just trying to, myself, just keeping on the momentum. I've been going for about 15 minutes or so now. So a lot of the first off efforts are out of the system, out of most of the group. You get a couple breakaways trying to go. So here we can see that we're actually slowly slowing down. A few freewheeling. And yeah, being this is a training ride for me, I can see everyone's freewheeling. So why not keep up that momentum and just give it a crack off the front? Just for fun. I got a decent little gap out of this one, this effort. And I'm settling back in to a nice pace. The group actually got back on, so here I'm just setting out a relatively good pace for myself that I can sustain for a while. I'm just waiting for people to come around, to be honest, but nobody really wants to. You can see my heart rate's pretty high, mainly because I'm struggling to breathe, to be honest. But anyway, a couple of people decide that I'm going too slow, which is about time, and they start coming around. Alright, so this next lap coming up is a preem lap. So, of course, I'm pretty cooked from the last lap. Well out of position. So there's the first preem of this race. Only had 2. The second one I'll show straight after this one. As you can see, they're getting quite far away from me. I'm just going to chill on the back of the group because I'm starting to recover a little bit from the previous effort. And there goes my teammate in the black. So I do notice on the important laps, like the preems and that, the group does slow down on that previous section just that we rode through. I think the sprinters getting placed where they want to be and then they don't want to sit on the front. Alright, let's skip ahead to the next preem lap. Alright, now we're up to about 26 Ks, 27 I should say. We're about 38 minutes in, give or take. Everyone's waiting for 3 laps to go. And for some reason I'm on the front again. Everybody's probably looking at their computers and going, well, it's got to be any minute now. But, yeah, it doesn't happen for a while. We have another 7-8 minutes of this race. Goes for about 47-48 minutes this race. Which is another 10 minutes than usual pretty much, so something different for the group. And there goes the Masters group, which we race at the same time they do, so sometimes they lap us. Of course, you play by the rules and don't jump on the back of them and all the usual. Because normally the Masters run longer. So I think what happened was the official gave these guys 3 laps instead of us by accident. And he just kept it that way. So yeah. Doing it quite easy on the front here. And just waiting for somebody to come around me. Still waiting. There we go. And to give credit to this guy, he spends a lot of time on the front from now to the end of the race. Setting a good pace. Alright, let's move along to pretty much the last lap where, yeah, that's where things start getting interesting. Alrighty, here we are at the last lap of the race. I'm out of position already. To be honest, I'm pretty cooked from my earlier efforts. That last preem that I just showed you, that cooked my legs pretty hard. And yeah, I just couldn't put the power down, to be honest. Making up a few positions though, but yeah, just can't get up far enough. Too far out of position. Now there's a bit of a breakaway here too, which everyone starts chasing. See, the pace is pretty high, sitting at around 50 k's an hour. It's all strung out. So I'm still I'm still trying to make a push up there, to be honest. But yeah. Yeah, you can see I'm well out of position. Not catching them. So here I'll start to back off a bit. Just too far out. Keep a bit of pace on just so nobody runs into you too quickly. But people are still sprinting for the finish. And yeah, kudos to that did well. Alright guys, do the usual. Like, comment and subscribe. Especially comment, and hope to hear from you soon.